right, guys, a little while ago, I put up a video about these comps, especially on full-size 9mm pistols. I feel like comps look cool, all right, and mitigate the recoil a little bit. On the flip side of that, they cost money, right, and they're loud and annoying. I recognize what the comp does. I don't feel I need a comp for anything. I feel like sometimes it's kind of cool. You know, like on this is the Canik TTI Combat here. I think the comp suits it perfectly, right? It makes it a little bit extra, a little bit of fun, a little bit silly. On other guns, you could have it on a carry pistol if you really wanted, but like on this Glock 47, does it really need the afterburner? Does it need it? No, it doesn't need it. Not in my opinion. But yeah, I recognize what the comp adds. And I think we're kind of at the stage of firearms evolution where we're going to play around with like little marginal trinkets and toys such as comps. At least that's what I think. Let's go through your comments, see what you guys have to say about it. Comps on most 9mm minor guns are a gimmick in my opinion. Literally just grip your gun. That said, they make sense for major calibers and piston-hot hand loads or possibly subcompacts. Yeah, so hotter ammo is going to benefit more from a comp, I suppose. So, yeah, that makes sense. I just retired my 19.3 for a 47. What is is that 19.3? Is that a Gen 3 19? I don't know. My stock 47 returns to target slightly faster than the raced out 19 I've had for years. Trigger isn't nearly as good as the Apex, but that's to be expected and isn't a deal breaker. Okay, yes. Modern guns are very, very good. Again, I think the benefit of a comp is pretty marginal. I think we'd all agree on that. It's kind of weird when people saying they need it. All right, I think you hit it. I wanted to replace my carry Canik and Smith had the carry comp out. Wasn't much more, so I should, sure, why not? Okay, yeah. I don't have a regular Shield Plus to compare to, but this isn't, like, obviously better to someone like me who's shooting every week. I have not yet fallen to the other latest trends like SBR, ARs, 2011s, and suppressors. Okay. Suppressors and 2011s are trends, I guess. That's interesting. Some folks may need comps to tame the wicked recoil of the 9mm. They should also get their test levels checked. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. I think a lot of people have this opinion like, oh, you don't need it. Like, yeah, you do not need a comp with 9mm, obviously. However, it would be crazy if I didn't tell you that, like, if I do comp this Glock, there will be a noticeable change in how the gun recoils, like very noticeable. And it's something that I can't replicate no matter how much testosterone I have. It's like, it's going to recoil differently. So, I mean, that's just a fact. Do you need the comp? No. Again, the guy's saying that we're saying the same things different ways, that you don't need it. All right. I just did a VP9 with a Parker Mountain Machine comp and gas pedal. Why? Because why not? And it's a ride at the range. Yeah, by the way, tons of motherfuckers have been shooting the PMM comps on different things. I usually see them on the PDPs. Those are fun, man. Those are kind of a good time. If I can choose to get 20% less recoil impulse, I'm not sure why I wouldn't. Well, that's the blast in noise, which is kind of annoying, and it's the cost of it. Those would be the reasons you wouldn't. But if you choose to, look, that would also be fine. It's not worth it in non-open pistols. Loud, less reliable, more ammo sensitive, easier to limp wrist, hopefully never used indoors or in a car without ear pro. On open guns, blowing gas volume like a coal-burning diesel truck gives little to no movement, high pressure, hard on the gun. Yeah, that's true. So the benefit from comps, as you have a larger caliber, heavier caliber, you're burning more powder, the effect of the comp is going to be exaggerated, I would say, quite a bit. So typically with an open gun, when guys say open guns, major caliber, they're talking about a jumped up 38 Super, something like that. That's a very noticeable and much more dramatic effect from the comp. Compared to this, like the comp on this, this gun's not flat. It doesn't make the gun shoot flat. It makes it substantially louder and has a little bit less recoil. I mean, I like the aesthetic. Don't get me wrong. It looks cool, but it's not doing that much. Another question. Why is a 47 better than a 17? Like, other than just saying it's better. What really is better about it? Oh, it's recoil impulse and the fact that 17 people don't have it. Got to move product, folks. There's no money in content and happy customers. Keep them wanting, keep them buying. Yes, you do need to give people more features. And maybe comps are a part of that. Thank you for answering my question. I like what you said, that, hey, they're running out of tools to market the things, so we're at comps now. Yeah, that's pretty. Yeah, I think that's what it is. How much faster are your splits with the comp? They're the same. The comp doesn't really affect the split. It affects how flat the gun is, but typically the limiting factor is going to be how fast I can pull the trigger. At longer range, maybe I can shoot a little bit faster. It'd be tough to measure it. It would change depending on the gun. I hate comps, just a silly trend, almost as bad as EDCs with effing lights. Yeah, I mean, there's that. I get that guys want a light on their gun. You probably don't need it, but whatever. Maybe you do need it. We'll find out, I guess. The biggest misconception with comps is that they delete recoil, because a popular YouTuber will showcase a gun that they're getting paid to show for, and somebody will have a high-end 2011 or race gun on their channel and say the giant port or multi-port compensator deletes recoil, and it's just simply not true. Now, I mean, this is fair. There isn't a gun out there, no matter how big the comp is, that doesn't have a little bit of recoil, so I think there's a big misconception with the whole recoil thing. Yes, I mean, I agree. People act like the comp is a huge deal. It's not. It's like marginal. It's a marginal deal. My experience is comps make the gun more annoying. Well, that's definitely true. I've always experienced reliability issues with barrel-mounted comps unless you run specific ammo or change the spring to get them to run 90% of the time. Frame-mounted comps are not as effective. All comps make the gun obnoxiously loud. All to feel a little less muzzle rise. Yeah, it's fair. The only thing that matters is the results. If a comp makes your follow-up shots faster and more accurate, then great. If you do just fine without it, then great. Well, but those aren't mutually exclusive propositions. You might be just fine without the comp and be faster with it. Well, then what do you do? I don't know. It's a mystery. Comps are here to stay. Agreed. Most manufacturers have made reliable guns with comps, and why not have one when it is reliable? Just because it's loud. It is very loud. I don't understand the comp craze. For me, no worthwhile difference in perceived recoil. 70% of the guys I shoot with struggle with reliability. Recoil spring tuning and specific ammo requirements are often required to bring reliability back. Yes, that can happen. A comp is like another component. It's another system that can fuck your gun up if you're like, it's set up wrong or, whatever. It's not right. Okay. Should you develop your grip? Yes. Are comps effective? Yes. Are comps for you? Maybe. Listen to people's experiences and make up your own mind. Yeah, I guess. That's pretty fair. Good place to leave it. I mean, I think comps are here to stay, but been wrong before. We'll find out.